EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, and they are in full roar as you get a look inside Lumen Field in Seattle.
Ahead will decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Ready. Strike. Check. Strike. Check. Hunt.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Well, this has been a quick-strike offense all season long, finding many different ways to manufacture big plays.
They had a big playoff preview today in the papers, and it was about who would set the tone. Well, they just set the tone right there. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Murray now on first down. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
To throw, it's Murray. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Red, cycle. Going red. 6, mega.
They'll set up a throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Obviously, in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Just 1 catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first. Murray now on first down. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Murray now to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Murray sets to throw on 4th. That is caught by Lamb. And he is going to have the Cowboys first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Here's Murray. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Second and 5.
Now wasting time going right back to DK Metcalf. Finding space at the 40.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got Thompson here, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Walker now on 1st and 10. He works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw here.
Looks for the out route, and it's complete to Kmet. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. They'll try for the first with Walker. He's going to have the first down and more than that. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop it right around the 1. Now they send the tight end in motion left.
Walker is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Elliott is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0.
Well, they got the turnover and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Murray going to throw. This pass is caught by London. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another 1st down.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10.
Fires a slant, complete to Tolbert.
And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. Murray to air it out again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Murray now. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
It's Tariq Castro Fields who picked it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
Looking to throw. Catch is made by Metcalf. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, 1st down Seahawks.
Ultra. 10 cycles. Ready.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right.
And he'll get this complete downfield to Kmet.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Running left is Walker. 115 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the 1st half of this divisional round matchup.
Watch out, 50 series.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So, Charles, this a defense that hasn't made a lot of mistakes like this on the road to this playoff matchup, but that a bad one there.
Yeah, you definitely want to rattle and shake up the other quarterback, but you know you've got...
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Ken Walker
with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half.
And the Seahawks continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Taken in at the 3.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing again on second down. Murray. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. And the Seahawks are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. 1 second, all that remains. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Murray. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They're going for it. Hits Murray. And my goodness, another interception.
Tariq Woolen picks it.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there. And there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild. And here's another completion for good yardage.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Forced out to his left. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Cole Kmet
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
22 yards there, a first down. Throwing now is Murray. And this one is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And now here's another interception. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It give it and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
2nd and 11. And Walker has it.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30.
125 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now back to throw.
He completes this to Walker.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone. But still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
To throw again on second down, Murray. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Seahawks are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Elliott now to have the extra point. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On first down, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On second down, it's Pollard. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. It's a good pickup on the ground of 7 yards, and time has run out on this third quarter. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That burst good for 20 and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Drake London,
38 yards.
and the Cowboys are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. Steps away, and now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And it would appear that that first round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Okay, ready?
And the Cowboys here on third down, bringing in an extra defensive back. On third down, here's Walker. And some room to work. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
152 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Ready?
On second down, it's Walker. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Again, it's Walker.
And some space here. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Elliott on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And that's knocked away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, 58 yards. And the Cowboys get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
Ready up.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He's got a man, complete. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Murray. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Murray, one final try. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough way for it to end.